Good morning, everyone. It's Saturday morning. I did not get around to putting out a video last night for Friday's recap, so I want to put that out and also introduce something else that we as a group tried yesterday, and it worked out pretty well. So we just tried an SPX Strangle strategy. Been looking into that, and anyhow, it worked out pretty well. It was kind of a comfortable trade. First time trading it. I actually traded it live. I didn't do paper. I was going to do paper. Couldn't get my paper account to load for whatever reason. So I decided to just go ahead and try one and see how it works out. And it worked out actually fantastic. But for me, lack of execution, I could have had over $1,000 on the Strangle account trade by itself, but I did not get out when I should have, and I'll show that to you right now. So the way the Strangle account or Strangle strategy works is you basically buy out of the money call and an out of money put, basically right at the open, and then you just watch and see where it goes. Now, I think some people have different ways that they use this strategy. For me, I was trading it to target levels. Well, 562 was my target level. So I should have got out here. I did not. Came back down, so I was at about even because my calls and puts were equal at this point. I was obviously, I think I was in a negative, to be honest, because with the Strangle, if you go sideways, you lose money. So I only bought one SPX and one SPX call, one SPX put. However, when it went back up, it was like around 10. I didn't take profit here. I then reconsidered and said, you know what, next time I hit this, I'm taking profit. So I actually took profit at 10.10 for $220 on my call side. And then the only downside to doing that from what I've read and I understand is if it breaks through and keeps going, then you don't get your potential, um, the overall potential of what you could. But I really thought the 562 was going to be our top. I don't really know why. I just know the 562 has been a really big level for SPY. So I went ahead and took it in any event. And I was up 220 here, but I was down on my put. I think it was like around 118 or 115. So really, it was only $100 profit, honestly, if I had sold both right here. But I held the put. I was back to a $220 profit at this point. Stayed with it, held it, held. So here's where I messed up. I held it the entire time, and I believe it was right. I'm not sure why I'm not seeing I think I accidentally deleted. I had long LRCs that were coming through here that are not coming through today. I think I deleted them yesterday. So anyway, I think it was this one. So right here, I should have taken profit on my put. I was up 845, $880 on this push down. I did not take profit. I held, got greedy, thinking we were just going to keep going down. It then went back up, went all the way up to here, and I decided once it broke over the 20 EMA a second time, I decided to take my last profit, or yeah, my last profit here. Here's the sad part. That was only $245 profit. So between the two, I made $500, which is good, right? But I could have made 220 plus 845. I would have been over 1,000 just with these two if I had just taken profit at the 558. Interestingly enough, I put this in after midday, the 558. It was supposed to be there, but I apparently just had deleted it and it wasn't in. One of the members pointed that out to me, said, "Hey, your 558's not showing up." And that also would have probably given me more of an indication to just hold to get out right here because that's a big level. I didn't. So anyway, that was kind of a just poor execution. You have to be prepared, guys. That's the most important thing. Be prepared. Know where you want to exit. Know where you want to, enter. And that's the beauty of the LRC strategy is it gives you pretty much it doesn't always give you your exit, but it definitely gives you, for me, the best entries that I've had. Um, so that was my SPX Strangle trade that I got into. Worked out great for me. I know a couple other members got into it as well, and they did well in this strategy, so that was awesome. Um, so for my second trade, which was really at the same time, because I got in the Strangle right away and just kind of let it go, and then I got into a meta trade, and I'll show you what we saw, how this set up. Also, I want to point out one of the things is going to get real messy looking, but that's okay. I want to show you what I was looking at. We had the same scenario happen yesterday, so we we were looking for this to happen. Let me go back to, I'll go to Qs and show you. Yep. So yesterday we had an excellent day trading. I had noticed that if you look, we had each day we had a trend line that got broken after it came off my long LRC straight down. You can see that I'm not going to draw all the trend lines, but you can see it here. This is actually drawing it for me. This is a long LRC. This is a super long LRC. This is just my long LRC, a couple, about a week's worth. And as soon as it hit here, it broke the trend of these and it was just straight downside. Same thing here again. Came up, hit the long LRC, broke and went down. So yesterday, what we were expecting, I actually thought it was going to hit the light blue again, as it did here, but it didn't. And that's the great thing about being patient and waiting for it, price to move over specific levels. But what we did notice yesterday, this is a 30-minute, let me go to a 5-minute for you. What we did notice is we came up and rejected this long LRC, went above, went below, started consolidating in this area at the long LRC. Once we went down and then broke right here, this was my entry. Oh, I'm sorry. Nope. I entered here. This was my entry right here. Came down, closed below the trend line, and we got this whole move right here straight down. Excellent, excellent. Kind of an easy trade. We could see it coming in. As soon as it crossed the trend line, it rejected the LRC here, moved, kind of came, stuttered at this one, and then just went straight through. So really, really great trade. So the interesting thing is we had this trend line drawn for the pre-market, looking for the same exact thing. And look what happened. It set up again. This time off the really off of the resistance level. That's why we use both. The resistance level was kind of the key. You can see that it consolidated. There's a lot of levels right in here, right? But once it broke here and closed, this is the entry. Just get in. Of course, you got to trade through the 474 or scale out because you never know if it's going to hit that and go back up. That's the only downside about having such tight ranges or channels. But that's what we were looking for yesterday, for it to set up and do that again. On Meta, my entry on Meta was actually right out of the gate though. I think my Meta was at 936. I bought 6 puts at 936, and I'll show you, the reasoning behind it. So we're down below the trend line already at this time. You can see I had drawn it for most of the stocks that I was interested in trading. It broke down. This is when I closed below the 200. I bought right here. Oh wait, 930. Yeah. Oh, I'm on the 5-minute. That's why. Let me go to 2-minute. Sorry about that. That makes a difference. So yeah, 246. So I bought on this push down right here. Right here. I bought this push below this close. So if you watched any of my other videos, the way we trade this through the LRC is when we break the LRC level, I wait for it to close. Honestly, I'd rather it close closer to this LRC and then get the move past, but that's not what happened. It was a big elephant candle down. It closed here. As soon as it moves beyond the close of this, I got in. So I got in right here. This is when I bought 6 puts. And here's the beauty of this strategy too, is you just have to trust it, right? Trust the levels. It went back up. I bought 2 more on this candle. So it went up here, closed, went up, and as soon as it pushed back down below this, I bought 2 more. So I averaged in really well on this trade. So I got in here, and I only bought 2. I probably should have bought 6, but that's okay. I bought 2, and then I held this until, let's see, my first sell was at 940. So I sold 2 down here. So I locked in profit all the way down here. I got it right at the bottom. Held it a little bit longer. My next sell was when it came back down to right here again. I sold 2 more. Oh, actually I sold 4 here, and then I sold 2 more at the, where was it? Anyway, I sold 2 more like on this push here, I think, and then I got out fine on my last 2. My last 2 was, I believe it was on this candle push down, but I believe I got it when it started coming back up above this red. So I got out right here. So it was a good trade. I think I made close to 300 on it or so. So it was a really good trade overall. It wasn't the cleanest because we were caught in this morning chop. And if anyone tells you they have something to tell you that you're in chop, that's garbage. You don't ever really know you're in chop until you've already been in chop. So you really have to, you just have to, you know, pay attention to price action, pay attention to levels, and just be smart with your trading. If it's not moving, not going, just hop out and wait for a better setup, which is what we did. Now what's interesting as this was going on, I noticed that what the strangle that I got in, which I've already told you at like 10:10ish when it hit the top. This is a meta, but when it hit the top, I also sold my SPX while I was in this trade. Um, or actually, it was a little after this trade. So anyway, I got out of my strangle. That was my next sell, and then I bought. SMCI was a really great trade yesterday. One of my better trades. Only issue with SMCI is sometimes you just get really wide spreads. But I missed this. This was the absolute beautiful move. Now, this one could be a little hard to trade for some people, and I'll explain why. Um, if, like for instance, a lot of times you're not going to take this. You could take this candle right here, right? That would have actually been probably the best entry. But when SPX with SMCI, just one contract to here, you're probably going to be down maybe, a couple $100. So if you're willing to risk above this level here, which would have been my risk out, I did not take it here. I was busy in the other trades and missed it. But this would have been the best trade of the day for me. I would have entered here. That you had another opportunity to enter on a pullback here or here, but then you would have to hold through all of this, which is fine if you trust the 20 EMA strategy. You hold. Um, the other really good, um, the other really good place to enter would be This pullback to the 20, you got closer to it. I like those a little better personally. This move back down, and then you would buy this candle here because at this point it was red, right? When it crossed through, you'd buy it here and then hold it for the downside. That's not where I got it. I ended up making a little over 300 on this trade, but I actually got it in. I got in right in here. It was really late to the game, but I liked what I was seeing. So I got in on this candle right here, 1048 was when I bought in. I bought two. I held until I really took, which one was it? Oh, this right here was about $150 profit. So I took one off there just to lock in some profit in the event I just got a big turnaround. Just kind of reducing my risk. So I did get out right away. Got out a little too early on this one, but the main reason was is I got in just late on this big downside move. So I was really wanting to be safe, just really safe with my trade. So I did get in on I got in on this trade right here, or this one right where I told you right here. No, I'm sorry. Got in on this one, sold at the bottom of this one, locked in profit, and then my second trade was pretty good ways down. I held this all the way to it was right here. This candle, when it went down and started going back up, it was at 1057. That's when I got out. So that was a $300 trade just from here to here with two contracts. So you could imagine how awesome this would have been, right? That would have been just huge. I wish I had not missed it, but I did. Um, and then the best entry for this, I called this out in the Discord, but got busy with something else. I told everyone, hey, wait for a pullback to the 20 on SMCI and you'll have another entry. And one of our members, he nailed this thing. He scalped it on the way down. Like he had three scalps and just I think he did quite well. And just getting it off of these levels, it's kind of easy, right? You see it come up, it rejects, you get into the next red candle, and you hold it. The interesting thing is what makes the 20 EMA pullback very easy is when you get in here, if this flips on you in the next candle and goes back up above, you just get out. Take your small loss and wait for another setup and move on. So very easy trading strategy. I hope you guys have hopefully you've been following what we've been doing. We've been just absolutely tearing it up. I think most all of us have been profitable every single day. Some people with really small accounts, they're doing well. They're slowly building, trading very smart. We have one new member that's very new at trading, and he has a small account, and he makes 10% of his account really quick. He takes his profit and he moves on every day. So that's just brilliant. It's smart. He's not over trading, and I urge you guys to do the same because the biggest problem with trading for everybody is your ego, FOMO. You just want to try to make more, and what happens is you end up making less. So every single day, just leave the day green, and you'll just keep adding and adding and adding to your account. You'll keep building your account, and next thing you know, you'll be able to size up, which makes a huge difference. So I also got into a couple SPX puts. I got into an SPX put around, let's see what time. Yeah, that was like perfect. Yeah, right here. Beautiful time to enter. This was after we've already. This is how you trade. So we trade the LRC strategy, but once we've moved outside our LRC, which these are the LRCs, right? Once you move outside these, then we trade pullback because then we're looking as if we're in a, in a trend. So I bought SPX right there, SPX puts, and you can see why. It was perfect. You went above the 20, push back above, close below the 20 again, then you had your first red move below the 20. Um, this one I didn't take. I wasn't in. I don't know what I was doing, but I was busy with something else, and this could have been one that could have been taken for a loss, honestly. Um, because, well, I had a couple different issues here. One, I did not have the 558 drawn in at this time, so that was kind of a little sketchy. I don't typically like to trade into a big level like this, and so I made that mistake by accidentally deleting it. Which, like I said earlier, one of the members had reminded me it wasn't on my chart, and I was like, whoops. But also, I had this long LRC right here, so taking this one right at the long LRC was not would not have been a smart move, because you can see what it did here. It did it here as well. We finally got through it, but you don't risk. Typically, I don't like to risk those moves. But this high up from it and SPX, I don't mind at all. This was a couple $100. I got into two. I sold one here. I held, and I sold the other one when I hit the long LRC. And that was a very smooth, easy trade. Very, very smooth, easy trade. Um, and then I got into calls. We had a reversal on the market, and I got into SPX calls. I bought two calls. It was further up. Let me see. Oh, okay. This one was a little bit hairy because I was buying the breakout of this level, which I don't completely recommend. Sometimes you can get some good moves, but what I liked is this. This was a pretty big candle right here, right? Above the breaking through the 200. It stopped right at the 560 level, and then I took this call right here. Unfortunately, I had to hold. I bought. I took two calls. I held through. Um, oh, I am looking at the wrong time, guys. I did not take it here. Scratch all that. I did not take it here. I took it here. It was at 2 o'clock or two. Let's see. Well, oh no, it was right here. So I apologize. I did take it here. I think I had my times off, but anyway, doesn't matter. I took a breakout call, a breakout move. It went against me right away. That's why you don't do breakouts. Normally, I would sell right away for a loss and get out. I did not. I waited it to see what was going to happen at the 200. And I remember us talking about it. I was like, man, if this doesn't go back above, since this candle closed right here above the close of this candle, I held. I think I was down like a couple $100 at this point. Um, but then I got this, and once I got back here above on this candle, I sold the first one, so I reduced my risk in case I got another rejection of this level. And so I was only holding one until here at this point, and I sold the last one at 1450, I think was this candle right here when I pushed up to the 560.84 level that I had marked. So I sold the last one there. I only made like 170 or 145 dollars on that trade, but this one again wasn't the cleanest. I think what got me into this trade was the cross of the 200 and the 20 EMA going up. We busted through this level. I just assumed we were going to get a big upside. Oh, and here's the main reason I took this trade. Let me see if I can draw it for you. we had called out the head and shoulders. So um, what's interesting is this was our first head and shoulders that we traded, and this is why we got in. Actually, I forgot that. So let me go back to our reasoning for taking this trade. Um, I had seen this. I drew it, put it in the Discord, and I'll show you that real quick too. Let me go to my Discord. I'll grab it out of my general chat. Let's see where I put it in. Man, it's way up there. Still looking for it. Where in the heck did it go? Well, I know I have it in there somewhere. Oh, that's because I put it, I think, in trading charts. Hmm. Very interesting. I can't find it. Oh, there's where it is. Okay. So this was the first one I put in. I was like, hey guys, look at this head and shoulders right here. Once we break over this, I'm going to get in. And that's really why I got in. And then I also put in a second one because we didn't get our move. So I was thinking, well, maybe this is the better setup, which was further up. See, my initial one was at this level, the 5605.95. And this is where I got into that trade. And so then my next call out was, well, maybe this is the real head and shoulders break, which was the case, but it still was kind of slow. So I'll try to, let me see if I can scrunch this up and show it to you a little better. This right here, where is it? So this was the initial one. This was the second one right here. This, right at this level. So once we got above this, it did go, but it was not the cleanest. So I just scalped it. I didn't do that great. I did make $1,050 on the day yesterday. Could have been 1,000, like 1,700 if I had sold right here. But that's trading. That's something I have to get better at. Of course, I want to try to hold a little longer, get a little more, you know, try to get as much profit as I can. And in some cases, it backfires and I have to take a smaller profit. I could have got out right here on this push. Believe it or not, this was only like a $600 profit at this point. I could have got out here. I still held it and ended up getting out here. And the main reason was I was holding it below the 20 EMA and it got me right here. So it is what it is. That's part of trading. Sometimes you just don't get the entire move. Hope you guys did well yesterday. It was kind of a rough morning, very choppy. So we could tell that the market makers were really active and just messing with people. It was kind of ugly, you know. But trading our strategy keeps us safe, so to speak, because as long as you trust the levels, trade the strategy the way you're supposed to, you're always going to be okay. You may take some losses, but your ultimately your gains will be greater. So if you guys are interested in trading live with a group, come and join us. If you're interested in learning more about this strategy, the LRC strategy, as well as others, we're implementing different strategies, and we have an amazing community right now. We want to build upon it, but we also are going to make sure that it stays serious but fun. Just a good group of guys. We joke around. We're making we're successful together in our trading, and we're all sharing ideas and levels, and so it's just really fantastic. And we hope to see you guys there. Hopefully, if you're interested, you'll join, or you can come in. We have a membership area and a non-membership area. You're welcome to either one, of course. And if you have questions or want some, training or a live understanding, let me know. I'll do that for you. I'll help you out. I will never ever offer to do any training or help or education or anything like that. I'm not ever going to sell you anything. So if anyone is um, acting as if they are me, metal, if you see anyone asking you to, telling you that they will help you and teach you for money, that will not be me. I do it for free. I want to help people. So if you are interested, come on in, join the community, shoot me a DM. Um, but make sure you're specific on your DMs, because I have to weed out a lot of scammers. Unfortunately, they're everywhere. So yep, just do. If you're interested, you can also leave a comment below. I will check the comments, and I will get back to you as soon as I can. So I hope you guys have a great weekend. We're off on Monday. We'll be starting Tuesday. So I will see you guys Tuesday. We're looking to have another great week. We've just had excellent weeks. This week I was out on vacation. I didn't get back in town until late Wednesday night. I got to trade Thursday, which was a great day. I made 1800 on Thursday with this strategy, and then I made 1050 yesterday. So actually a fantastic week. I'm happy about that. Um, I did make a little bit of money when I was out of town trading mobile, but that's just sketchy. I don't like trading mobile options. But anyhow, you guys take care. Hope you had an amazing week. We look forward to seeing you guys in the server, and let's do this. If you guys are interested, if you have a small account, a large account, it works no matter with whatever account your size you have. Um, so anyhow, just appreciate you watching, appreciate you being a part of the community, and and if you could hit the like button, and I'll see you on the next video.